I feel like I'm always eating. I feel like I'm always eating when I'm talking to you. I am. You have to understand that I work all day, okay? 6 to 6. I pick up my son by like 6:30 at my mom's in the hood, okay? Um, I hang on, let me finish. I have my mouth. Okay, so I get home about 7. Usually she has them fed already, which is good, especially for this week. And so I usually just feed myself or my daughter. Of course, she feeds herself. So I haven't been able to cook or anything like that. Not yet. This week coming up, it'll be a lot better to plan meals and stuff like that. I've been eating out all week. uh, yeah, and I'm in the middle of nowhere, so it's yeah, and I have only thing I could get is text message. That's it. I can't access the web or anything like that. So I'm like out in the middle of the boonies, but you can always text me. I respond to text messages during the day. Well, or actually anytime, because it's my little break away from the computer, because my nose is in the computer from 6 to 6. Like I'm constantly working. Okay. So whenever I get the little ping in my ear, I get all excited with, I'm like, who's, oh my God, who's that streaming? Like I get, because it's a break away from what I'm doing, because it's just so intense, what I'm doing. And it's all of my time. Okay. So, um, so yeah. So, so there's that. But yes, I'm always eating. Well, I talk to you because this is like literally my only downtime. Like when I got home, I ate right, and I freaking apparently I fell asleep and I just woke up right now. And I was originally supposed to work tomorrow, but no, I'm not working tomorrow. Tomorrow, what I'm gonna do, because it's my one day off, I'm gonna go and I'm going to do laundry. Okay, I'm gonna have to. The house is clean because we're not never here. But I'm just gonna make sure everything's in working order. I need to buy dog food tomorrow for my doggy. He's almost down to nothing. Tried to go the other day when we went to HEB, but HEB didn't have any dog food. I'm like, what the fuck, HEB? Bitches are busy. We can't be stopped. We got multiple stores. They had some. I don't know what it was, but I bought this new dog food. My dog's very picky. Okay, just like my kids, my dog is picky too. Okay, he wants I used to always buy him chicken. Apparently, I guess it's not his thing. I don't know why, but I always prefer buying him chicken rather than the red meat. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but I've been doing it for years. So now I bought him like I don't know, it sounded like junk food to me, but he liked it. It was like, I think it was the HEB brand, and it was like bacon cheeseburger. I don't know, it sounded good to me. I think I was hungry when I went to go buy uh his food, right? And he loved it. He eats every single bite of it, and it's like an HEB brand. And I always want to buy like the big, 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 big bag, so I don't have to be buying it all the time, because that it's better. The price is better. But it's I'm just a chick. I'm not gonna carry that big ass fucking bag. I'm not gonna be able to carry that inside the house. So I have to get a smaller bag. So it pisses me off that I have to keep going. Then I was thinking of getting on a mail order service where they just drop it off at my house and I could get a big one, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I gotta look into that. Anyway, enough about me eating all the time and food. I literally, it's the only time I eat. Like I will be in front of the computer all day. I had one meal like all day because I don't really eat breakfast. All I have is coffee in the morning. And because it's so fucking early. Okay. Like it's illegal to be up at that time. Like I'm over here like struggling. Like, man, I have to drive so far. It's so early, and then I have to I'm just working all day. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but I'm just working all dang day. My nose is in the computer, and I'm just like, it's a lot. Then I get an hour lunch break, right? So then which is good because I get lost over there because my I don't have no service over there. But for some reason, I get my text messages just fine. I just don't get anything else. Okay, so enough of poor me stories. Okay, so I want to talk about something very important. Okay, the sacrificial lamb slash um, the scapegoat. Okay, remember how I told you that You know, I would love to have a sit down with the people that were saying bad things about me, which gonna try not to make this completely about me, but I do kind of have to mention it just to refresh you guys' memory. Not like if I don't remind y'all all the time, but let's remember what happened to me, okay? Let's just remember what happened to me. I think I was the sacrificial lamb for somebody else's wrongdoings. Maybe they were trying to hide what they were doing, so they threw me under the bus. Whatever. It happened. I survived. Okay. So remember how I told you I would love to have a sit down with everybody and see what the hell was going on and get down to the freaking bottom of it? But of course, I know people aren't like me. They're not going to want to do that. I understand. Okay. Which is fine. I really don't want it's it was a lot and it was a lot of people too. So would we ever get to the bottom of it? It's gonna be like the game of telephone. A lot of he said, she said BS, which we probably won't even get a solution. But I just want to mention this huge incident that happened. Okay, back where I was working, which I'm for doing the right thing. Okay. I don't care who it is. I don't care who works beneath me. I don't care. We're all equal participants, especially if we are working in a business together. We are all a team. One cannot work without the other. That's just it. You know, how could we sell rooms with no housekeepers? Tell me the housekeepers are not as important as we are. Tell me they're not, and I'm going to prove to you wrong. They are as important as us. Okay, we are equal. We contribute equally, differently to the companies, but we are all equal people that run or work at the same place, right? I can't sell rooms if I don't have a housekeeper, right? What am I going to do? Am I going to clean the rooms? Like, who's going to sell the rooms? So everybody has a part. Okay, everybody. And if we all work together and communicate, we can be successful. Okay? So, a day I was off, obviously I wasn't there because this wouldn't have happened if I was there. Okay. So, so these three rooms I reserved, okay. It was for 2 nights, okay. And these were people from Mexico, and I'm very good at data entry, and I know I didn't make any mistakes. But to prevent mistakes, when the people come to check in, it is good to verify name, address, and phone number, right? Especially if there's uh, duplicates of the same room. It's just common knowledge to do that, right? Okay, so something happened during check in. I don't know who's telling a lie here, but I know Spanish. I know my numbers. I know. So I rarely ever make mistakes in data entry. And I believe I even had to call the lady back because she added a fourth room. And I wanted to confirm it because we're getting closer and we didn't have the same room type. So I remember communicating with the woman through the number she gave me. Okay. So I'm off, right? On a Saturday. The woman comes to check in. No, she checked in on Friday night. I was off Fridays and Saturdays. Okay. And she comes to check in, and so she comes Saturday morning. I don't know if they do it different in Mexico, but the people she reserved the rooms for were family, okay? And it was for a church, I believe, in 78227 in this area. And so I don't know if they do it different in Mexico, but I've noticed this before in the past. People from Mexico, they'll turn in the key the following morning, and they'll come back and get the key when they come back from running whatever their errands are when they come back to the hotel. That's happened to me many times. Okay. All right. So somebody turns in, that completely speaks Spanish, and the person that worked in the morning didn't speak no English and no Spanish at all. They spoke very little English, broken English. Problem number one. Okay, that's was problem number one, but he was hired, whatever. I can't say anything about it. Okay, so the guy turns in the key and says, I'm done with the room. Supposedly, this is what he says, I guess, in another language. So the guy that was working takes the key and checks them out. And they send the housekeeper to clean the room. First red flags. All the rooms are full of stuff, personal stuff, suitcases and everything. This doesn't alarm anybody. This does he's like, no, they turned in the key, they're done. So they call the number that's on the folio, and whoever answers says, no, none of that's my stuff, take it out. So these people listen to whoever answered the phone, they listen to the people and they send the housekeeper. They say, look, go take all this stuff out and bring it over here. First of all, I never touch anybody's stuff. That is above my pay grade. I'm not touching anybody's things. You go touch it. You're the manager. You go do it. You're not going to get me involved with touching people's stuff and putting it in garbage bags. No, no, no. Not me. That you want me to take this stuff out? You take it out. Because those are people's personal belongings, you know. People don't want you touching their shit, right? Which is understandable. And this was clearly a misunderstanding. Clearly, I wasn't working that day because that wouldn't have happened. Okay, so so these people come back for the day, you know, for their keys, and they're like, "You checked out," and they're like, "No, you told us to take this stuff out or whatever." Blah blah blah. Huge misunderstanding. They're given the keys to the room, and there's nothing in there. So the lady gets pissed off, and she's like, "Where's my stuff at? Where's my stuff at?" It's in trash bags. What? In trash bag? My stuff in trash bags, in the trash. That's what she thinks. But even though they were new bags, I don't know whose bright idea it was to put it in trash bags. But again, I wasn't there that day. So the front desk lady that comes in for the PM shift, if this is during shift change, gives no fucks. She's not compassionate. She doesn't care. You're yelling at her when for an incident that didn't happen to her. She's gonna yell back because it's not her fault. Okay. So she goes ham on the guests and tells her blah 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 whatever. Call the manager, blah 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 whatever. So in the end, they figure out it was a huge misunderstanding. Okay. The lady's denying anybody ever answered the phone and said throws her stuff away. It wasn't her. Because that number, remember I told you I called her before, it rings directly to her. She showed, and I come back to work. Nobody tells me this. Nobody tells me anything. Like nothing happened the whole time you were gone. Nothing. So the lady comes Sunday morning, because I work Sundays, and she showed me the video of my front desk person cussing her out. So when all shit was said and done, she says, when everybody figures out, oh, this is just a misunderstanding, we must have dialed the wrong number. She's like, who's responsible for all of this? When all was said and done, both front desk people pointed at the housekeeper. What the fuck? How the fuck is it her fault? How was it our housekeeper's fault? She did remove the stuff from the rooms after we ordered her to. We told her that because we dialed the wrong number and talked to whoever the hell they supposedly talked to, and they said, take the shit out of the room. That's not mine. How in the fuck was the housekeeper blamed for all of that? And she knew that was wrong. That's why when she knew I work Sundays, because I told her my schedule. Because I told her, well, I'll see you Sunday, and I'll do she wanted the bills a certain way. And I was like, I didn't even know what to say. Like, I'm watching this video, and this woman's telling me the way our people treated her. And I was like, what? So I called the manager, and I'm like, what is going on here? What happened to Miss So-and-so? And she didn't mention not a thing, the woman said. She too was kind of blaming it on the housekeeper. The housekeeper was a senior, like not a senior citizen, but like a senior associate. She had been there with the company for 13 years, never gives any problems, always comes in, never calls in. This is a company that was short-staffed already, okay? When they pointed at her, who she didn't even know completely what was going on, she had like a panic attack and she freaked out. And she's like, no, no, no creo, no creo, excuse me, no quiero, sorry, can't even talk. No quiero problemas. Like, she don't want no problems like that. She quit that day and she never came back. I tried contacting her and she wasn't going to answer. She was humiliated in front of everybody. Humiliated. And nobody would admit what they did. I had to piece it together with the guest. She's the one that told me. And that was the last straw at that place. And I said, you know what? I can't deal with this. This isn't the type of place that I want to work at. And honestly, these were the conditions the last time. Thank you for letting me come back and work, because I needed a job so bad, but I no longer need a job. And it was that much easier for me to leave, because you're not going to use my housekeeper as a sacrificial lamb for your poor mistakes. Okay. These were all grown adults who, it didn't matter. This is management. I'm nobody. I just want to know what was right. What was wrong? What happened while I was gone? Because that wouldn't have happened when I was there. I run a tight oil, like a, what is it called? A well-oiled machine is the way I run shit, okay? That shit wouldn't have happened, because I have the experience of working with people, okay? That shit would not have happened, and it pisses me off that it happened. But everything happens for a reason. I was meant to see that. I was meant to get pissed off. I was meant to leave, because thank you for having me, but it's my time to go, okay? You're not going to use my housekeeper as a sacrificial lamb because y'all don't want to admit what the fuck y'all did wrong. Similar to what happened to me, okay? So I just pieced out. No closure needed in each situation at my job and my personal life. No, you're not going to throw me under the bus and accuse me of all these blatant lies. You're not going to do that to me. Now, how hard would it be for people just to admit what they did was wrong? But they won't. And sadly, that's how life is. As long as you are content, as long as you know the truth, the rest doesn't matter. And not everything requires closure. And that's it. That's my story for the day. Talk to y'all later. Bye.